Samsung and Google have smart glasses coming out this fall, and a lot of people have pretty mixed feelings about it. And they're not the only ones. There's Meta glasses, there are Snap glasses, there are a whole bunch of other smart glasses. What's going on here, and how are Samsung and Google handling this any more responsibly than how Meta is not handling it responsibly with their smart glasses so far? Plus, what are they going to bring to the table? Let's talk about what we know, what we don't know, and what's going to be coming after that. So Samsung and Google are working on these glasses that I've actually tried a few times. They are smart glasses, much like Meta's, that don't have displays, have audio, microphones, and have a camera on board, and can connect to AI. The difference is that Samsung and Google have Gemini, and Google and Android OS. And that could be a really big deal, because right now, if you are using AI on Meta's glasses, it's pretty reined in terms of a subset of stuff that's not connected to anything else that you have on your phone, which you might feel is a good thing. But if you want to actually do stuff, like feel like it's a phone accessory, it can really feel hampered. Samsung and Google's one is going to connect not just with Android and apps on a whole, but with Gemini and even with smartwatches. Samsung's already showed how smartwatches, and Google has shown how its smartwatches could act as remotes to control things on the glasses and basically be this whole ecosystem. Now, as far as design and specs, we know a lot too. I got to try a prototype pair at Google I/O. Samsung demonstrated frames that nobody was able to wear in London at Unpacked recently, and the design partners for that are pretty impressive: General Monster and Warby Parker. And they've shown 4 frame designs so far, which look good, but they look a lot like Meta's glasses and Meta Ray-Ban. So that same kind of slightly chunky, stylish look, although Samsung is promising that more designs are coming, which I would expect. Samsung claims that these are multiple times stronger than regular glasses. But then again, I don't really try to break my glasses that often, so it's not like these are super powered things anyhow. Actually, I'm wearing Meta's glasses right now, so this should give you an idea of kind of what the design is going for. These are Meta's Scriber Optics glasses that they released this spring, which work with my prescription. The battery life on Samsung's glasses is actually supposed to be better. Those Warby, General Monster, Samsung, Google glasses promise up to 9 hours of battery life, which is an hour better than the 8 on Meta's glasses, with a case that comes with it that will allow 7 recharges. Now, the mixed use is the question, because while they claim they can handle a lot of in-depth recording, I know from experience that on Meta glasses, they last maybe up to 10 hours of ambient use. They will last 4 hours roughly for music listening, and only about an hour if you use always-on camera AI. One thing that Samsung has not addressed is privacy, and that's one of the big unknowns. Samsung and Google have talked around it, basically, saying that it's an industry-wide problem and that there is an LED light here, and that if you take off the glasses or try to cover the LED, it won't record. But that sounds pretty much like what Meta is already doing with their glasses. And the question is, will there be any better privacy settings on Android and with Gemini to allow you better sense of control over that? And would they think about having something more interesting like a camera cover on future versions of Samsung and Google's glasses? Because that same concern about being recorded, that's still going to be at play. And there are other smart glasses that don't have cameras on board. But for Samsung and Google, they're following the same path as what Meta is doing. The other unknown is how well the AI is going to work on these. I mean, because it works with Gemini, because it works with Android, is it going to feel totally seamless? Are you going to get directions with Google Maps? Is it going to feel like something you don't need to go back to your phone to? I know with smartwatches, there are a lot of times I get frustrated and I pull out my phone again. Now, as far as what's coming next, there are a lot of things. Samsung and Google have ambitions to turn these into augmented reality glasses that can actually project things into the world with you. Those first steps are going to come slightly after that with a display-enabled pair of glasses that may be coming by the end of this year or early next year. And eventually, ones with 2 displays in them. And after that, who knows? Maybe something like 3D augmented reality, which is what Snap specs are promising. And also, there is a prototype pair of glasses that Google is making with X-Real. I say prototype, but they're going to be a real pair later this year called X-Real Aura, that are going to be a sometimes wearable plug-in pair of almost portable virtual reality specs that are going to have a 70-degree field of view, hand tracking, a little processor puck, and really be like a portable workstation. That feels like a little bit of a preview of what Samsung and Google are going to be working towards in the years ahead. Probably Apple as well. Meta, all of these companies. I mean, I saw Meta Orion years ago that was also going for something like that. So just keep in mind, if you're looking to buy one of these things, it's a moment in time. These technologies are going to change a lot. And the processor in Samsung and Google's glasses, a Qualcomm Snapdragon AR1 Gen 1, is an older chipset. So it doesn't promise any real new benefits, like even better battery life, that are probably going to be coming down the road in future iterations. But I haven't even reviewed these yet or worn them for more than a couple of demos in prototype form. They're going to be launching in the fall. We don't know exactly when. They're called Intelligent Eyewear, but I hope they have better branding than that. Stay tuned at CNET for a lot more on that. And Samsung and Google, you got to work out that privacy stuff, okay? Let's talk about it.